Any Power Rangers fan would tell you that the Megazord is one of the most anticipated toys of any Power Rangers season. So what if I told you we were gonna have a Megazord that would talk to you? Are we in the future? Let's talk about it. Yo, what's up everybody, it's Este here. Welcome back to another video, and today we'll be talking about a canceled Power Rangers Megazord. One that was developed by Microsoft. Yeah, that Microsoft. The Windows Microsoft. The Xbox Microsoft. The Internet Explorer Microsoft. That Microsoft. They were going to release to the world a Power Rangers Smart Megazord. We're going to talk all about that today, but before we start this video, I want to make sure you guys smash the like button on this video, 1,500 likes, and I'm bringing you more videos just like this. There's so many canceled Power Ranger projects like this one that I want to talk about, so leave a like. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell to join the E-Squad today. We are over 60,000 strong. I love you guys so much, but hey, a small percentage of you is actually subscribed, so subscribe today because you can always unsubscribe later. But don't join the E-Squad because we're cool. We're the coolest in town. So let's travel back to the year 2000 for a second. It's a new millennium. And after a big scare with Y2K, which was when people thought that the world was gonna like explode or like blow up or something because the computers weren't ready for like the change between 1999 and 2000 because, you know, new numbers. Were people dumb back then? Please let me know in the comments. Anyways, companies were ready to evolve, and Power Rangers was ready to jump into that phase as well. Power Rangers had been going on for 7 years at that point and had been decreasing in popularity. So I don't blame them for trying to spice it up a little bit. Kind of like Salt Bae. It's like, hey, is that funny? With Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, they had that chance. In this 8th season of the show, being an adaptation of the Super Sentai series Kyukyu Sentai GoGoFive, they were finally detached from the Zordon era of the franchise, which was the main connector through all the seasons throughout Mighty Morphin until Lost Galaxy. But it wasn't just the connection that made this show different. These Lightspeed Rescue heroes had man-made powers, and they were public figures, and the show would have a heavy focus on fellow civilians and rescue services, from firefighters to doctors and beyond. The show was moving towards a different direction, and so was the toy line. Every year in New York City, there is a huge toy fair that shows off all the latest and greatest in toys, and Power Rangers was no stranger to that. Bandai, the toy company that did Power Rangers toys, was there every year showing the fun and interesting toys that the Power Rangers would have for that year and beyond. And you know what's the most important part of a Power Rangers toy line? Besides the morphers and the action figures, the Megazord! And for Lightspeed Rescue, their Megazord was going to be quite different. Introducing the Deluxe Interactive Omega Megazord. The Omega Megazord first appeared in episode 20 of Lightspeed Rescue, being the third Megazord set that they had in the show. And on the surface, this looks like any other Megazord toy, as you would have 5 vehicle Zords that were combined together to form the Megazord. But the difference between the past regular Megazords and this interactive one was that this Megazord came with cables and a docking station. Introduced in Toy Fair 2000, this Megazord was developed using Microsoft Smart technology, which means nothing to anyone that's not in the Geek Squad. Let's read the product description. The new Power Rangers Deluxe Interactive Omega Megazord is the next generation in TV interactive toys. It is a talking Megazord preloaded with 4 unique phrases. But the real magic of this toy is that it can download new phrases from the TV. Using technology created by Microsoft, it is literally a new toy every day. To receive these new phrases, the child uses the base station, which is actually a decoder that connects to the VCR. The decoder converts the TV show into data the toy can download, and presto, you have new phrases for the Deluxe Interactive Omega Megazord. Now, all this tech talk might seem a little confusing, so we gotta look towards another dinosaur-related property that had Microsoft Smart technology, that being Barney the dinosaur. I never thought I would say those words, but here we are. In the past, Microsoft had developed a smart Barney doll. This device was called the Microsoft ActiMates Interactive Barney and was released in July of 1997. This was Microsoft's attempt in the toy market, especially with the tech area, which they would later succeed with the Xbox in a few years. And this toy was an instant hit, later spawning spin-offs with characters from other PBS Kids shows, such as Arthur and his sister DW, along with the Teletubbies, another multi-color group of characters. Coincidence? Yeah, it's a coincidence. As a standalone toy, Barney had a 2,000 word vocabulary, along with being able to sing 17 songs and play 12 different games with the user. But by using the TV pack, which was sold separately, by the way, because, you know, money, ActiMates Barney becomes a viewing buddy to the user, watching and interacting with specially encoded tapes and broadcasts of Barney and Friends. Which was genius, by the way. It's a cross promotion between both the show and the toy, having compatible VHS tapes as well as PC games. Because, you know, Microsoft, Windows, the software. The ActiMates Barney was a hit in the holiday season of 1997. And after spinning off with other PBS Kids characters, it was time to make the jump to Fox Kids' Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. So this toy was revealed in the year 2000. I wasn't even alive for most of that year. I was like a fetus. But as you may notice, this wasn't advertised as an ActiMates toy, because in that year, Microsoft would discontinue that line of smart devices. But this Power Rangers thing would have been a completely different toy. ActiMates dolls with the additional TV pack would include the TV transmitter puck that would connect to your VCR and send radio signals to the doll. This Omega Megazord would have included a docking station that would have connected to the VCR, similar to the ActiMates toys and the television transmitter. Personally, I believe the reasoning here has to do with how they can't fit the radio cartridge into the Power Rangers Megazords, because, you know, that was a big thing that they would have in the ActiMates toys, but that big thing in a tiny little Megazord thing with all these moving parts and individual Zords, that wouldn't have happened. So they dropped the transmitter part completely and made the dock with a very basic sticker and mold. I guess, because graphic design. I don't know. So how this Megazord would work is that you would have the Megazord on its dock, connected to the VCR, and through airings on Fox Kids of Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, and probably specially marked Lightspeed Rescue VHS tapes, the Megazord can learn and download new phrases from the show. And that's good because it was only going to come with 4 phrases standalone, while Barney had like 2,000 words, and he could sing songs and play games. This would have been really cool though, as we would have phrases from our 5 main Rangers, which is especially awesome because it would sound like the Power Rangers are actually in the Megazord like they are in the show. Why hasn't Hasbro done that yet? Overall, this sounded very interesting. You had your own DX Megazord just like anyone you've seen in the past, but with interactive features. It could have provided many hours of play and so much more features that no Megazord has ever had before. So what happened? It got cancelled, as you may know. It was originally scheduled for a fall of 2000 release, but this promo picture is all we've gotten. And no reason was directly said on why this toy got cancelled, but considering Microsoft discontinued the ActiMates line, this probably would fall right behind. People would assume that the Megazord couldn't work properly with all these technological setups for a much smaller toy. And if the toy didn't work, it would mean more returns, which means less money. And you know, Bandai and Microsoft want their money. They want your money. Another reason being that the toy could have possibly been very, very expensive, because, you know, a regular Megazord at the time was $34.99. So I wonder how much this would have been, like 50 bucks, 80 bucks, 100 bucks? Anybody? The price is right. For comparison, at launch, the Barney ActiMates toy was a whopping $110, with the TV pack being sold separately for $65. So even if there was no radio pack and TV transmitter, I would assume that this would have been very expensive. Power Ranger fans were extremely worried because this Omega Megazord was going to be the one released to the public, this interactive DX one. So if this now being cancelled, fans were worried that they weren't going to get a Megazord at all. But the story didn't end terribly, as the fans did get their DX Omega Megazord, just not the one that talked. Bandai would later revive this idea in 2007 with the Operation Overdrive and later on Jungle Fury Mega Mission helmets. These were wearable helmets designed by Bandai that would include secret messages from the Power Rangers themselves. And with the included USB cable, can be plugged into the computer to download over 40 additional missions from the internet. I remember these were quite popular. I always wanted one, but I never got one. I'm still kind of sad about that. I mean, the Jungle Fury one looks so cool. I wanted that helmet so badly. I wanted to go Jungle Master mode and just start beating stuff up. But I never had my chance. And as much as one can enjoy the Omega Megazord that we got, imagine how this DX interactive one would have been. We could have had hundreds of phrases from our Lightspeed Rescue team, and that would have really taken the waste of play to a whole other level. Because, you know, let's not forget, this was still a Bandai mecha, so you would have 5 combining Zords combined to a Megazord that would also speak to you. But hey, what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below phrases that you wanted this Megazord to say. Also, big shout outs to Power Rangers Media Info along with John Green for helping me out with this video. As you know, this was old stuff, 2000. I wasn't even born yet. So, big shout outs to them, and shout out to all of you, E-Squad, for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, the Don Fuego. I'm also on Instagram, not Don Fuego. I love you guys so much. Have a great morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you're at. And of course, and as always, stay awesome, everybody.